Yo, yo, yo.
What is going on, man?
We are here. We are here. I know it's
Yes,
just two
sir.
of us, but
Yes, it is. Yes,
you
it is. That's
know,
all right.
there's
That's all right.
two is more than enough.
That's it. That's
You
it. That's
know,
all we need for tonight.
that's all we
A
need.
quick,
Yes,
quick
sir.
episode.
Yes, as you know, here we go. Episode number 24. We got me, Dan, Breadman, and we got D to my left here, the man, the myth, the legend. You know, I see wearing the Yankee cap
You better
due to the
believe it,
big
baby. You better
news.
believe it. I have to put that on today.
Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. That was a hell
Thank
of a
you. And
pickup,
we
bro.
not done yet. From what I'm reading, I
Not
don't think we done yet. So let's keep going.
Okay.
Come on, Brian Cashman.
Okay. As long as it's not Yamamoto.
That's who I think.
Yeah.
That's who I think is next. That's why I think we were okay giving up all that like leverage, like all that young talent of pitchers to get Soto. So I think that's who's next. But if Cohen throws the bag at him, if that's what he's looking for, the money, then I think we're in trouble.
I think he's looking for more than that. I think he's looking for more than that. I think he's looking for a lot more. You know, I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think he's going to the Yankees. I don't think he's going to do a Shohei Ohtani, who doesn't want to come to New York at all. You know, he prefers to stay out west, I think.
But Ohtani's being real weird about stuff. Like he's basically coming out saying, like, if I talk to you and I hear that someone's leaking that I spoke to you, then I'm out. Like he's acting like he's cheating on someone, and listen, if you tell this person I'm done with you, like it's over.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing about Yamamoto is it's weird with him. So it's a lot. I heard there's 7 teams, right? And this to even speak to him, you're gonna have to pay a lot of money to even talk to this.
But that's been going on for years. That type of
for
thing
Japan,
is going on
yes.
for
But
years.
I think it's getting more expensive now to talk to these guys, right? So it's gonna be more expensive to talk to this dude. And from what I'm hearing is, with the Mets and the Yankees, it's like, where do you go? So if you want the money, Cohen's gonna throw it at you, right? And from what I'm hearing is, what's confusing with that is, a lot of Asian players don't like playing together because they don't like taking the spotlight from each other.
Spotlight out of the other one, yes.
Right. So they rather like be just one Asian person there, so all that spotlight can be on him. But I'm hearing that he wants to play with other Asian people to have familiarity with what's going on. But I'm also hearing that his favorite player growing up is Hideki Matsui, who's I think in the Yankee personnel.
Yeah.
And I think he's
actually went with Cashman
to talk to him.
So
it's gonna be close, but he from what I'm hearing, he's gonna be looking at $300 million. And I don't know if the Yankees are gonna want to pay those big bucks. That's a lot of money to be paying for.
They gave the Yankees hope already. The Yankees gave their fans hope with the Soto deal.
That's a big deal.
I think that, so now after Soto, they're like, oh, how much better would it be if we do get that, that second ace on the mound, because Rondon so far hasn't shown that he's the guy. But it should be fun seeing this thing. But congratulations with Soto. That guy's gonna be that's a hell of a play to have.
Even though it's probably a 1-year rental, I'll take it because his agent is Scott Boras, and you know how Scott Boras is. Scott Boras is all about testing the free agency. So I don't think there's no way, impossible hell, that the Yankees are gonna try to work an extension, or he's gonna accept an extension because he's gonna want to like test the agency and get a lot, because he turned down, I think it was like 3 years ago from the Nationals, like close to 400. So imagine what he's gonna want now. So
we'll see. And the best thing, he's a left-handed hitter at Yankee Stadium. You're hitting you're hitting behind Judge or in front of Judge, whichever way the Yankees decide to go ahead and do it. That's going to be a crazy 1-2 punch.
Yeah, the thing was, for Judge to put up the numbers that he did put up, right? It was crazy. Like, and a lot of people would say, like why are you pitching to this guy? Like, you don't like, why, like, you got Stanton behind him. Like, really? Like, Stanton? Like, the guy is batting 179, and he got.
And he just got hurt again right now.
Exactly. He probably did, just hearing us right now, and got hurt. And then you had Rizzo, who started hot, then cooled off, and you were still pitched to this guy. Now you have no choice. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, and they also got what's the guy from Boston? It's Verdugo. Which I don't know if they're keeping him. I'm not a big. keeping
he's somebody who's gonna be there until Dominguez comes back. So once Dominguez come back, I think he's gonna be more a platoon player. You could also move any of those guys to DH whenever you want. And have him play the outfield because he's capable of doing it.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Yanks too.
But I'm the one contract that I can't stand, man, is the Mike Stanton and Giancarlo Stanton, whatever you want to call him. That contract is horrendous, and there's no way possible hell we're gonna be able to get rid of it. But it is what it is. I'm excited for it. That's why I got the hat on today. See what we can do.
And one thing about Yamamoto, which I think he wouldn't mind leaning with the Mets, is because if he comes to the Mets, even though this would be his first season, even if he doesn't do that well, he knows the Mets are still in a rebuilding stage. The Mets said they're not ready to spend that much as they did last season. Even though by signing Yamamoto, you are spending a lot of money.
Yes.
You're giving this guy a ton of money, but it's not going to be like they say, our plan is for 2025. Let these young kids grow. The young kids we have in the farm system, let them grow. So like that, in 2025, you come out running. So I think he could probably see that and say, maybe I can get used to it my first season as a Met, and then the following year, 2025, I hit it running along with Cody Senga and maybe Quintana if Quintana continues to improve as well.
Yeah, because Cody Senga started the season not the greatest, but ended it.
Yeah.
Right?
Ended it.
And from what I've read with Yamamoto is, he's 25, young, talented, right? With the stuff that he has, right, and transferring from the Japan League to where just coming into the majors, right? Because he was in the WBC and dominated in there. That just switching over, he will be a top 5 pitcher already in the majors with the stuff that he has, which is insane. And from what I also read is, in baseball, pitchers don't have to go 6-7 innings anymore, right? It's pretty much go 4 or 5, get the fuck out, let the relievers do it, right? Which is insane. Yeah. They don't want analytics doesn't feel safe saying, the third time around, the batter knows what you're throwing. Right. Yeah. His numbers actually get better the third time around. I think his percentages go like 19%. You're getting the batter out or something like that, and then the third time around it goes to like 25 or it's insane. Listen, he's a price jewel, and whoever gets him is going to be lucky to have him. But I'm just surprised with the Mets not doing more. I get it. Next year is probably going to be the year because Juan Soto is going to be the free agent, but I was expecting Ohtani to be in talks with the Mets because that's what all I was hearing about last year. Ohtani to the Mets. But I just don't understand why not New York?
Cold weather maybe. Probably prefers being out west. I heard the three LA teams, the Dodgers,
still the Angels.
The Dodgers, still the Angels, and Seattle. San Francisco is the other one.
San Francisco. I heard San Fran.
San Francisco.
San Francisco had what? How many times did they strike out last year? They tried to get like 7 players. They had Judge in contract, struck out. Machado wasn't Machado. It was 2 other people. They struck out all of them.
Correa.
Correa. That's who it was. Struck out. So they still got.
They could have gotten them. They signed them, but then they seen that. That's baseball. Yeah. Even though he had a pretty good season this year, so
and I heard to Toronto as well. With
Toronto's with everyone. Toronto, they were actually looking at Juan Soto too. They were trying to bring Soto in. Yes. I was like, you still have Springer though. I don't know.
Yeah, what I heard with Ohtani is with him staying in the West Coast and why he wanted to go and stay in the West Coast and play for the West Coast. It's because the time difference. So. It's closer time difference to Japan, so they can watch him play.
Okay.
That's the reason why when he came over, he didn't want to play for New York. But to still not want to play in New York is crazy to me. Crazy to me. Because the Dodgers, I guess, got that money, but Cohen's gonna listen. He if you want it, that's where to go.
I think he will. I'm hoping he will. Let me not jinx him. My superstitious. As long as he doesn't go out west, fuck all these out west teams. They suck ass.
Yeah, because you miss seeing it. Like Mike Trout's one of the best players in the league, but you don't see him as much because he's playing at 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy too. A lot of these teams who spend all that money don't end up doing shit. You don't make it to the World Series. Yeah, you end up winning hundreds of games, but
Yankees is
yeah. Well,
look at the Mets last year.
Example. Yeah. So we'll see, man. But one of the things that I actually got me kind of upset this past week was college football. I know we hardly speak about college football, but when it comes down to this time, this kind of reminded me of the way our fantasy football season is going, with so many guys with the opportunity to make the playoffs. Sorry to bring that up. I know you're having a rough season.
That's why I'm looking at the TV right now, because I got one of my players going. He hasn't started. He ain't doing nothing yet.
It's funny that you're still not eliminated, but
no.
Someone has been eliminated, and actually two teams. So I'm gonna start off. I wish I had Paul on. I wish I had Mike on, and maybe Tony to tell me who were your four. Who would you have put in there?
All right, so I'm a Michigan fan, right?
Okay.
So no matter what, they're in, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They have to be.
As what it is.
Mm-hmm.
My two is Washington.
Okay.
All right. You got to put them in because undefeated. You're undefeated, and in the top five, there's top five conferences, right? And if you win that, that's why the playoff is the playoff the way it's set up now can never work, because they're top five school conferences, and there's only 4 spots available, right? So somebody's gonna be pissed the hell off. So for ACC schools to not, oh man, it gets me aggravated. So because I'm a Michigan fan, and to play Alabama it pisses me off, because kind of say I wanted the easier road, right? Yeah. Because Florida State to me would have been the easier road because of the situation that's going on, and that's the situation of the quarterback being injured, and that's what's not helping them. That's what's pretty much putting them out of the playoffs, and that's what sucks, because it's pretty much saying it doesn't matter if you're going undefeated, so it doesn't matter if you win. You win, but you gotta have everybody up to play, because of that one player, you're gonna sit here and tell me, oh, we can't put you in. I get it, Alabama, you had a great win against Georgia, right? But the game before, you got barely out of Auburn with a 4th and 31 to get out of there, and I don't think Auburn won 6 games.
No.
So that would have been was bullshit, right? So my top 4 would have been Michigan, Washington, Texas, because Texas won the division. Yeah. And they won their conference championship. And you had to put them over Alabama because of they beat Alabama earlier in the year. So you got to put that head to head, and they take that. And to me, you got to put Florida State in. To me, undefeated. You would have said Florida State. Top 5 conference. You gotta. You can't. It sucks because these kids are going to these schools, right? And there a lot of these schools, these kids with the NIL deals, they're transferring to these top 5 schools now, right? Like these top 5 conferences to play in this playoff. Now they're gonna see this and say, hey, listen, what's the point? Like, I could go to this top 5 conference and still not make it because one of us could get hurt. Yeah. But it's the NCAA, man. The system's always been fucked up, man. The system's always
it's set up to fail. Unless you're the top 4 teams that really, if Georgia would have won, then Georgia would have definitely got in there. Wouldn't be probably even Florida State. Who knows? In my personal opinion, I wasn't mad about Florida State because I see what I think they saw. They saw another TCU team, and not worth having they knew that Florida State, in my opinion, wouldn't be able to compete with these teams. You don't have your quarterback. Even wasn't their backup quarterback hurt as well. Yeah. Even though they won they won. Yeah, I would have had Michigan, no problem. Washington, they're undefeated. Power 5 team. Okay, they made it. They beat Oregon twice. But Alabama, because they beat Georgia SEC champion, you got to keep the SEC champion in there. It's the best division in college football. But I would have picked Georgia over Texas. Reason why, number one, the defending champion. Their only loss is a 3-point loss to Alabama. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I think they deserve to at least sneak in. It would have, Florida and Texas. Texas lost the game as well. They weren't undefeated.
But that's the thing. No, Texas, they lost the game. But you can't. The thing with that where it messes up is then you have Alabama and Georgia, but Texas beat Alabama. So why is Texas out?
Because Alabama beat Georgia. Georgia was the number 1 team from the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but Texas went into Alabama and beat them by like 10 points. I get it. Sorry. It's like I get it was the third week of the season, but it's still a win. That's the thing. It's never gonna work. Listen, even with it going to 12 next year, it's still gonna be causing problems. It's still gonna people are still gonna complain.
Yeah, there's still gonna be that extra team. There's gonna be that one team, probably Syracuse. A chance to go ahead and make the tournament, not be able to make it. But it was just, and that's just my opinion. Like I said, college football is really not my strong suit. I really don't go ahead and follow college football like I should. I'm a big fan of the draft, and I'm a big fan of the playoff format. But besides that, it's just bad, man. It's
it definitely is. It definitely is. It's like saying that Ohio State should have had a shot to go in.
Yeah.
And Michigan was probably the best team all year, all out in NCAA, and they lost by 3 at a tough Michigan home. You know what I mean? It's hard to say. Listen, it's at the end of the day, it's the NCAA's in their hand, and they said, listen, Florida State goes in, third string quarterback. They're probably going to get blown out. No one wants to see that. You put Nick Saban in with a hot team against Michigan or Alabama. That's the 2 big names people want to hear about and see.
Yeah.
That's where the money's at, and that's what they're going to do. What I'm surprised is how they didn't switch it to where
they should have.
Where they could have had Michigan, Alabama play for a championship.
Yeah.
Like put Alabama at a 3 and then had Texas at the 4.
Do you think they just don't trust, that you're not going to be able to see that Michigan-Alabama matchup? That a lot of people want to see that Michigan-Alabama matchup. That if Alabama would have played either Washington or let's say Texas, they would have gotten blown out. They would have probably lost.
It's a possibility.
Yeah. So that I think it might be that's what they wanted to see. You're
probably right about that because, like I said before, we were saying Texas did go into Alabama and dominated the whole game. They beat them by 10. So their mindset was probably saying, "Oh, listen, if we do that, right, it's going to be a more commotion behind everything, and there's a possibility that Texas wins again, and we're not going to get what we want. So let's just put it in the first round."
But
and at the end of the day, no matter who's in the final game, we're still going to get a big crowd.
Yeah, because they're gonna say, oh look, now Michigan, Alabama is gonna be the highest ranked semifinal game, we've seen in all time.
Yeah,
rated the highest, so they get their money both ways.
Exactly.
These guys, they know what they're doing anyway, so they'll tell us, hey, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Even though I guarantee you we'll hear something because they heard our podcast tonight.
And it's just wrong. It's like you play to win the game and you go undefeated, and you still don't get to where you want to get. That's just to me, it's just fucked up.
So you as a Michigan fan, you think Michigan will take it all the way?
I'm nervous. I'm more nervous than what I was because I didn't think Alabama was gonna get in. I thought with Alabama winning, I thought what the only option that could have happened is Michigan losing, and then they could have worked with Alabama and Georgia both getting in because of the whole Washington and Texas shit.
Yeah.
I didn't think Alabama was gonna get in when they beat Georgia. and Michigan beat Iowa, and Florida State won. I thought maybe if Florida State would have dominated the game, because they only won like 16-6. It wasn't like a big dominated game. If they would have dominated the game, maybe it could have changed. But being that it was like a tight game, I didn't see. I'm nervous, and and the reason for that is I don't trust our quarterback, JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
I think he only goes to like one receiver, maybe two, and it's always like outside slants, nothing deep. Our tight ends are real good. If they can stop the run, then we're in trouble. Our defense, I like a lot. We sat our top cornerback this bowl game because Iowa's offense is beyond terrible. So there's no need to play him because he got injured against Ohio State. So now he has more than over a month and a half to like relax and rehab. So it's going to be a tight game, but Alabama's got Michigan's number. So if there's any time where Michigan should overcome them, this is it. If not, then it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
This is Jim Harbaugh's best chance.
Yeah. Hopefully he does. You know, it's going to be a tough matchup. I say Washington has a hell of a chance. The way you see that Michael Penix just throw that ball, man. I know he has great receivers. Dungy's amazing.
Two top like receivers that's going to the league.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, but the way he throws the ball, man, guy got a hell of an arm. Talented quarterback. I think, and their defense isn't that bad either, even though Pac-12 defenses suck. But we'll see.
He's got a good running game too.
Yeah.
And one thing with Michigan too, from what I'm hearing, let me cut you off. With Michigan, I'm hearing that they're in talks with John Harbaugh, the extension for a 5-year deal for like $55 million, which would pay him like $11 million a year and make him the highest coach in college football. Which I guess wouldn't be happy with Paulo, because Paulo was hoping and praying.
Bears better pony up. Bears better pony up that, you know.
There's a lot with that situation with the Bears and John Harbaugh, which I'll get into later. But if he signs the contract, there's no point in getting into it. But there's a lot of that goes on with John Harbaugh and the Bears, with the president and all that. But if he signs this contract before the bowl game, then it's no point of talking about it.
Yeah, I you know, and to finish this, I think Washington has a hell of a chance to pulling it off this season.
That's going to be a real good game. I think it's going to be a powerful offensive game.
Yeah, it'll be amazing. And now from one tournament to another, I want to talk a little bit about this NBA.
Oh boy,
wannabe tournament. Yeah, in-season tournament. As we know, Indiana won tonight. They beat the Bucks tonight, and at 9:00 we have the Lakers playing against the Pelicans.
The
Pelicans, yeah. So, what can you really say about this tournament? I wanted to see the Knicks, Celtics.
Well, you're gonna see them, but not in the finals.
You're gonna see it, but not in the finals. So it takes away a little bit of the intrigue. You know, hopefully Chris Stapps come back tomorrow. But what do you think about that? About this, the ending of this tournament? You know,
man, listen,
Indiana,
I really don't know what's going on with this. I didn't even know about it when it started. I don't know what's going on. But I guess they're trying to get more I don't know, more people to watch, younger kids or something. I don't know.
Make these teams play for more. They're thinking they're playing for something.
I guess like no more resting or trying to cut that out.
One thing I like about Alvarado from the Pelicans, he said, you know, he's looking forward to the money. Whatever money he gets is going to his daughters. You know, so they're supposed to, I think the championship players get a $500,000.
Yeah, $500,000. And Josh Hart said, man, stop BSing, man. Go outside and buy yourself a Rolex. Don't do that shit, like bullshit.
But it sucks that
I'm going to tell you one thing, right? I don't know how good the Pacers are going to be this year.
Yeah.
But Halliburton's a star.
Amazing.
Listen, man, I can't stand the way he shoots the ball. I was more for, like, when that whole draft started, I wasn't a big fan of his. I was okay with the top end pickup for the Knicks. But, man, was I wrong, because Halliburton's good. But what I don't understand is why Sacramento get rid of him?
They have De'Aaron Fox. You know, they have De'Aaron Fox, you know, and you have an opportunity
put Fox
to draft.
You?
You could have, but, you know, you're still taking away. They both need the ball in their hands. boxing, which is kind of crazy because Sabonis needs the ball in his hand. Sabonis initiates that offense, in Sacramento.
Sabonis is a monster.
I don't have, he can't play defense though, and he gets out rebounded by guys like Kevin Looney and what's his name? I forgot who's the other center. But to be honest, these guys are just, it's and it's funny about how you speak about Halliburton he got drafted 12th in that draft. You said Toppin was the Knicks pick. Now Toppin is playing alongside
Toppin was
Halliburton.
8. Halliburton was 12. Naismith was 14 from the Celtics.
Yeah.
And there's another one. They got 4 players from that draft that's on that squad.
Wow, look at that.
I don't know who's the 4th player, but they got the next player. They got 4.
Okay, you know what I mean.
He's averaging right now 27 and 12.
Nice. And it's hard to find point guards besides because you can't call Doncic a point guard. He's a point forward. He's a guy who initiates the offense for them. He's not a true point guard. This guy's a true point guard, averaging 20 and 12. They're averaging 20 and 12.
No,
that's amazing. You know what I mean? Because not only is he scoring, he's the leader of the team. And you got to give him credit because they're fighting for this. They're playing hard. You know what I mean? The third quarter against the Celtics the other night, yes, they want to go ahead. But let's see if that carries on to the rest of the league. They were smart by not trading Miles Turner. The center. He's playing right. He's doing what he needs to do. Toppin helps out that offense. As long as you run, if you're running, Halliburton's gonna find you. You got a shooter and Buddy Hield. It's not a bad team. They got a decent bench with McConnell coming off the bench. It's really not that bad. And John Smith. Not John Smith. Who's the other guy? Sounds like John Smith. The other center plays for them as well. Plays pretty good. They knocked off both the Celtics
Jalen Smith.
And Jalen. Is it Jalen Smith?
Yeah, he was inactive today.
They knocked off the Celtics. They knocked off the Bucks. Now they'll play the winner between the Lakers and the thing with that suspect call. I don't know if you've seen it with LeBron James getting the timeout, and it was kind of crazy.
LeBron still gets what he wants.
It's still LeBron. You know what? I know you don't like him. I've always said, I'm a fan of LeBron.
Listen, I'm not gonna not taking from his talent. He's one talented son of a bitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the way he runs and does his like. I can't call you the greatest when you went out to get help to get what you wanted.
I agree.
You can sit there and say what you want about Jordan, right? People say, "Oh, Jordan got help." You can't really say that because Pippen was drafted by the Bulls, right?
Yeah.
And all these other players, you can't compare. Like Dennis Rodman. Yeah, you know why Dennis Rodman came to the Bulls? Because no one else wanted him. And Jordan's the only one who said, I'll take him. Right? Name me another big player that he played with. Horace Grant. Horace Grant was old by that time.
But I gotta tell you something about that squad though. Dennis Rodman's the best rebounder and best defensive player in our era that we ever seen.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen, one of the top 50 players in the league who in the league ever. The guy was amazing. But if his talent's him playing now, he would have been a hell of a superstar. I think more than what he was back then. They had best 3-point shooter in Steve Kerr. They had the best European player in Tony Kukoc.
They had Harper in that squad. Didn't they have Harper?
They had one of Harper in the squad. B.J. Armstrong in the squad. You have serviceable centers in like what's his name? Will Perdue and the other Bill Wennington. Cartwright.
Wasn't he?
Yeah. But he was old too. But what I mean? When you have those guys who set hard picks, old school basketball picks, rebound, play defense, those things help. You know what I mean? So
this is my argument to that. When people say he had superstars with him, right? And this is why I say it's BS, right? So the route that LeBron took to get what he wanted, right, was let me call my best friends to get what I need, right? That's basically what you did because And listen, it is what it is. And when people see that, people who want a ring or don't have a ring, are going to take the league minimum to go help out and get what they want with you, right? And you can't sit there and tell me, like Scottie Pippen at that time when he was on the Bulls, right? I don't care what anyone says. You can't argue with me that he was a top 5 player in the league. He was probably a top 15 because you had to realize you had Olajuwon, Ewing, Barkley, you name it.
You had the.
So he called Dwayne Wade, who was easily top 5 in the league.
Yeah.
And Chris Bosh, which is probably you can say Bosh was a top 10, right? Top 10, top 15, but easily a top 5 power forward in the game. Easily.
Yeah.
At that time. He was number 1 in Toronto. Crazy numbers, right? And then you add the best shooter in the game, Ray Allen. So you basically got the best players in the league to get what you wanted. Jordan never did that.
Yeah. But I say that's different times though. I say you got to look at it at different times because
I hate Jordan. I hate Jordan.
You know, it's like the people in the 60s and 50s. They're always going to say, "Oh, you know, Bill Russell and these guys, you know, will dominate in these times as well." Never know. You never know. This is, you know what I mean? I think this is different era. And I always look at LeBron as in 2 parts. First part with the Cavs, when he had that team and he took them to the playoffs and he carried his team with nobody.
That was
his Miami days. Yeah, then he switched to them. Yeah. And then he switched to Miami.
That's when I lost.
But, you know, he needed that. You know what I mean? He needed that. You know, and shout out to LeBron.
It didn't stop, though. But then he went to Cleveland and did the same shit.
Yeah.
He went to Cleveland where Kyrie was a top point guard. They had the number 1 pick, and he said, "Okay, we're not going to need this pick. Let's get Kevin Love, who's a top player. Tristan Thompson was a good player. Let's get J.R. Smith. Let's get this player." And then he went to LA, did the same shit. That's what he does. He needs players, top players around him to get what he needs.
I think that's what happened in Miami.
Need that.
You know what I mean?
Jordan didn't need that. Jordan was the best player and made everyone better.
You know, the reason why I would go ahead and pick LeBron as my number 1 player all time. I know a lot of people don't, and I'm more probably, you know, that percentage. It's because
I might take Kobe over him.
Yeah. Ooh, that's.
I'm one Jordan, Kobe 2, and then maybe him, and then him 3.
I'm thinking whatchamacallit. I think he's number 1. I think, you know, Jordan. Kobe isn't even a number 1 Laker in my opinion. You could go with Magic and Kareem ahead of him any day sometimes. You know, but Kobe, when you look at LeBron, it's hard to go ahead and label any other player who's like LeBron. People say Magic Johnson. No, he was more physical than Magic Johnson. You know what I mean? He can shoot better than Magic. He can defend all 5 positions. Even now, at his age, in the late 30s, this guy's averaging, over 20-something points. Still grabbing close to 10 rebounds. Still dishing out 7 assists. You know what I mean? Jordan didn't do it. At this time, Jordan was already broken up. Jordan was broken down. He'll go ahead and probably score you maybe one game. He'll score 30 points. After that, Jordan was done. He knew he was done. And to be honest, Kobe is Jordan 2.0. That's how good Kobe was. You know, that's how I looked at Kobe. I don't think you'll find another player like LeBron. That's why I pick LeBron as number 1. And who knows, maybe good luck to him. I hope he does, you know, if he doesn't, you know, because I would like to see the Pelicans and Indiana, 2 young squads, face up.
I hope he loses tonight. I hope he loses every game. I'm not a fan of him, bro. I'm not.
He's in my fantasy.
I said, I think he's the best player. Like I said, Jordan to me is number 1. I guess I can put him number 2. I think Kobe's great too, but you are right. He is one of a kind. You don't really see what a player like that with the rebounding, assist, and the way he can take over. How he can play. He can guard 1 to 5. It's crazy. But just the route he took to get what he wanted, I got you. You can't call yourself.
Don't respect that.
You can't call yourself a king and ask for help everywhere. You know what I mean? People want to like follow you and take over shit, and he asked for help. I don't respect that. That's just me personally. Like that to me, I can't respect that as a person to get what you want. Like, is he a good ball player? Great. I wish he was on the Knicks all day, every day. Right. And I'm not taking it to where I'm pissed off because he didn't go to the Knicks when he went to Miami, which I was mad about. But at the end of the day, the route he took to get what he wanted is not respectable by me, just me personally. Like I thought he could have did better. Like
I totally understand. That's everybody's argument. Like, we all, and that's one of the main arguments with people is that they don't respect what he did. I'm 50-50 on it. I totally don't agree with it that much, but
And I understand the whole thing about like how many times did he go to the finals?
Yeah, like 8
in
times.
A row, 8 times in a row.
Yeah.
But bro, when you got a team like that in a weak ass conference, who else is gonna go?
Yeah.
And listen, the times you did go with the teams without your friends, you basically got embarrassed. And then the one championship you got, thank you for Ray Allen, because if that shot didn't go, you would have lost that one.
Yeah, the other championship, thank you to Kyrie hitting that three-pointer as well.
When they beat they beat the Golden State Warriors. Mm-hmm. So 2 of your championships are this close of you having what he has 4. He could have had 2. Like I don't know. It's just me. I guess it's just the hate that I have for the guy. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of him.
I got you.
And he's probably in the Illuminati throwing up all this extra shit.
Yeah, that's that guy. He is part of the Illuminati. We can't trust
that guy.
Freemason.
Probably taking like performance enhancement drugs to keep him so young. He's probably in there.
You never know. Hey, he does it for his hair. He does it for his hair. He got to give some of that to KD. He got to sprinkle some of that sawdust to KD.
That's how you know KD ain't in that Illuminati, because his hair's all fucked up. Holy shit.
KD looked bad. Yeah, man. Well, as you know, whatchamacallit, this week we only have 2 of us, and we've been keeping tabs on our picks for the week, but I actually don't have it. DD,
I don't even have it this week. No.
I just know. But let everyone know that
I know you went
even though you
3-0,
did not hear it on the podcast, but I went 3-0 with my 3 picks, which was amazing. So we'll keep up with that. Maybe tomorrow we might pop on, or maybe Saturday we might pop on.
Yeah.
Right now we're gonna go to the NFL. I just want to hit a few games. It's a few key games.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
You know what I mean? So like that, we know because a lot of these games, in my opinion, were meaningless, and some games were actually.
The only big game that we had last week was the Niners and the Eagles, and they showed the
That's
Eagles
where I want to get
charge.
to. They did show the Eagles who's in charge. It's kind of bad. I was surprised, man. I was like, you know what? I was worried about McCaffrey, but that defense don't look too good, man.
But we've been saying that all year, haven't we? Like the Eagles don't look the same as they have in like last year.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, they got a big game this week, and if they don't win this game, and the Niners even with the Niners, I don't think the Niners need home field to get where they want to get. The Niners are too strong, man. What the Niners need, right? And it's a couple of teams you could probably say it is. They need the playoffs to start now. They're as healthy as can be, and they're ready to go. God forbid anything happens to that, and that one of those key players that we keep mentioning. And you gotta.
You know what key player you don't want to get hurt? You may think I'm gonna say McCaffrey. I'm gonna say Brock Purdy. Purdy,
of course, Brock, but
is
you also
the man. No, of course, don't let me. Yeah,
no,
I got
Brock Purdy, yes, but we also have said when Trent Williams isn't in that field. Yeah. He's not protected the way he's protected. You know what I mean? So that 3-game losing streak, he was without Trent Williams, Deebo Samuels, and it was somebody else. It was somebody else, and I can't remember. And I know he had the 2 concussions. But listen, he's in the MVP race, right? And it's for a reason. Yeah. Like I said, I gotta step back a little bit. I said he is I don't call him a system quarterback. I said he's in the perfect system, right? But he does put the ball where it needs to be put. And when you're playing with that talent, I think Micah Parsons said something about like, when you're playing with McCaffrey, it's easier to just put the ball and it's. Listen, you still got to put the ball for these guys to throw it, to run and make a catch.
Yeah.
and he finds it, he puts it there, and I'm not taking nothing from him. He deserves to be in this MVP race, and kudos to him. Like I can't say nothing. I'm still waiting for the phone calls for him from the Niner fans for the Dolphins hurting Garoppolo for him to get his chance, so you get to see what talent he has. But it's just teams get lucky, man, and Patriots were one of them, and it looks like the Niners are going to be one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it showed by what he did to Philadelphia. What would have happened last year?
Yeah.
What would have happened last year if he wouldn't have gotten hurt?
Yeah,
he was playing the same way. He was playing the same way. You know, I'm really impressed by Brock Purdy. I'm even more impressed with that victory. It basically showed what we've been saying all season. Niners saying
talk about like dominance. That was dominance, bro. Like the first 2 drives of the game, I'm like, holy shit! Like the Eagles are controlling them, and then next thing you know, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like the Eagles had no shot in the game after that. The Niners figured something out and then took over. And kudos to Debo. Debo's been the one talking the most shit out of everyone. The most shit out of everyone. And he stepped up. And he said it last year. He said, we would have had a decent quarterback. We would have blew him out.
Yeah.
And they beat the shit out of him.
They beat the shit out. They controlled their run game. They did extremely well. Shut down A.J. Brown. And kudos to them, you know.
But that's what I like. That whole game was great, though. Like the tension, the anger, the fight, the whole security guard. Please, what are you doing that close to the field? Get your ass towards the back. And your job is to come on the field or close to the coach when the game's over, or when it's time to go to halftime. Get your fat ass over there to the corner. Don't come next to the game. Yeah, that was all bullshit. Yeah. But that's the type of game that I like, man. That whole tension, angriness, just fuck you, I hate you. Let's get this shit going. That's football right there.
Yeah, man. And the way it's shaping up, I think, in my opinion, down the line, we're gonna see that game again. So that's gonna be good for the fans if both teams, if Philadelphia bounces back, because this is only their second loss. The other team they got to look out for is Dallas.
And I was just
Dallas
about to say that.
Serious, yes.
And Brett, man,
Dallas offense.
But those two teams, right? Eagles and Cowboys, right? That's the next 2 teams behind the Niners. And they played both of them. Yeah. And they beat the shit out of both of them.
Yeah.
So,
what does
I
that
don't know
tell
what
you?
to say.
Really? But playoff football is totally different, in my opinion. We'll see when we get there. But the Cowboys, they did well. Their offense is rolling. They beat the Seahawks 41-35. And that was a pretty decent game, actually. We don't get to see that many good Thursday night games.
No, not at all. Like this one here is pathetic.
I'm not even bothering and paying attention to this. The only thing I want to see in the morning is I hope that New England scores about over 40 points, because my brother has Pittsburgh as his defense.
Well, they got 14 right now, which is shocking.
That's good. Yeah, it's ruining my other FanDuel pick. So. I'll win money next time. But these Cowboys, man, the way they're going, man, we'll see. Like you said, the Niners, the Niners blew them out, but I think they're the second best team in the Eastern Division.
They are.
You know what I mean? The way they're rolling, Dak continues to quarterback like that. The running game continues to produce like that. Even though Pollard is not going for 100 yards, he's not going there like he was last season.
No.
You know what I mean? But he's giving you what you need from him. He's giving you those yards. He's giving you those, with much needed touchdowns. He's doing what he needs to do, catch the ball out of the backfield. CeeDee Lamb is proven he's a top 5 wide receiver in the league. Ferguson is pretty decent tight end.
It's that Niner game when he complained and said, "Get me more involved." Yeah, he's been putting up numbers like out of this world. So
and he's doing it with double team too. And I like what he did, because it was against a tough secondary. That Seattle secondary is pretty tough.
They are tough. Yeah,
and you know what I mean? And he did pretty good. So we'll see with them. Also, another team I want to be able is the Lions. The Lions are 9-3, but I always seem that I don't think they're ready to go over the hump. They won this week. They beat the Saints 33-28, but I still think they
to put up that many points on the Saints defense is impressive, right?
It is.
But the Saints are the Saints, and Derek Carr. I just sit down already, man.
Exactly,
it's annoying
man.
To watch him. His brother's an idiot too on the rate on the like. I don't know if you overheard him on the. He was on TV.
No, I didn't hear him.
He over here. He said that he's trying to backtrack now, but he's saying that the Eagles got a better shot going further in what they want to get to, starting Marcus Mariota over Jalen Hurts. Just shut up.
He need to shut up. You know what? I think he just got stupid. I think he just got sacked again. David Carr.
Yeah, that's what they're known for. Jesus Christ.
David Carr got sacked like crazy as he was with Texans.
Shit.
But like I said, even like I said, they're 9-3. I don't think they have to get over the hump. They still a couple years, or maybe a year, maybe next year. With an extra receiver, better secondary, better defense. They'll have a better chance. As long as that young squad continues growing, they'll be all right. And the other game, which would have, I've been eliminated from my suicide for 2 weeks by picking the Vikings. But if I would have won with the Vikings, I would have lost to the Chiefs this week, as they did they just stank over there in Lambeau Field against the Packers, who beat them 27-19. It's another team that you look at.
Go Pack, go!
Go Packers!
I was excited.
Jordan Love.
That gave Miami first place in the AFC right now. It's the first time since like 1984 that it's happened. 85 that Miami, after week 13, have been in first place in the AFC, which is crazy to me. But I've talked mad shit about Love, right, Jordan Love, but he's picking it up. Like I'm impressed. But we've also said that the Chiefs don't look like the Chiefs of old.
No, listen, you could tell they have no receiving core, and teams have figured it out. You double team Kelsey, you know what I mean? He's gonna try to throw, and these guys ain't doing nothing. You need the loss of the cheetah, Tyreek Hill is coming to fruition. People are starting to see it. People are starting to know that without the cheetah.
But how they do it?
He's another receiver. Right timing, good timing.
McCall Hardman wasn't good.
No.
And they got him back this year. I don't understand what happened. Like, timing. And they got a running game this year.
Yeah. Didn't this guy have one of his best seasons last year? Kelsey.
Yes, but he was having a good year too. This
year. Maybe last year. No, I don't think this year. This year he's not doing too well. He's not even ranked number 1 tight end this year. Hawkinson is.
No, he's still number 1. Hawkinson's number 2.
I thought Hawkinson was number 1.
Hawkinson's number 2.
So far, as long as you have Travis Kelce, you should be able to be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now you have a running game. Pacheco's the man.
I mean, and last year you had one, but not as good as this one now. Mm-hmm. Like, he's actually getting close to 100 yards almost every game.
But it's a hiccup loss also, because they're only 8-4. They still lead their division,
and they got an easier path.
Denver lost.
They got an easier. Their last 5, I think, is easier. Yeah. So they should be.
I think they should be all right. I have them and the Eagles in the Super Bowl again. So those were my picks. Another team. I'm gonna go quick with the Jaguars Bengals, which was a pretty decent game. I was watching a video today, and it showed that their quarterback Browning had over 90 touchdowns in his senior year in high school.
Yeah.
90 touchdowns, and only 5 of them were rushing.
Yeah.
That's 85 touchdowns. How many was your dad the head coach of the team? You know what I mean? Or was you just, that was amazing. You know what I mean? To see.
And he played really good this week.
Yeah, he did. He played really good. You got Jamar Chase. You know what I mean? You should be good. You got T. Higgins. You got Tyler Boyd. The decent squad. But Jaguars, again, one of those other teams. Like, it could be another hiccup. They're only 8-4. But these losses, when they lose, we say, huh? Should they have lost?
They beat the Texans the game before, and that's a great win. And then you lose to the Cincinnati Bengals, who looked like they couldn't run on offense last week. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Mm-hmm. But that injury to Lawrence is scary because they're saying it's a high ankle sprain, right? There's no like ligament damage or anything broken, but high ankle sprains aren't easy to get away from. They're probably the worst to get healed from. So let's hope. Oh, I'm not gonna say let's hope because I'm a Dolphin fan. I'm hoping that they get away from us. But you never know how long those things can last, man. But that was actually a really good game.
Yeah.
Like you said, their defense. You expect their defense. They step up and they don't. To allow Browning, he went 32 for 37 for 354. You don't.
You don't allow that. No, you don't.
Hell no.
Yeah, it's crazy. But good luck to them. They really they have it rough since you lost Joe Cool. So, and this week coming up, we have only two teams on bye. I think that's the last byes, right?
Yes.
We got the Cardinals and the Commanders. Two teams are basically out of it. They're not going to have an opportunity. This week's we're probably going to get into it more if maybe tomorrow.
Yeah,
you probably won't be able to make it tomorrow.
Or
Saturday if you can.
If we get on Saturday, I'll be.
I got you. If we could probably try to do something on Saturday, we could probably be able to speak up a little bit more. I'm looking at the games and
you got a couple
good ones. Yeah, they got the Bills Chiefs. Both teams need a victory. Bills need it more than the Chiefs, but that's a game we want to go ahead and look into.
Seahawks Niners, which should be a good one. You got the Eagles Cowboys, which is the big one of the week.
8 o'clock. We got 2 Monday night games. Why are they deciding anything?
And I don't know. And what makes no sense about it, they're both at the same time.
Yeah, and they're both games that are really, they're not relevant. Not interesting.
I thought it was gonna be, but it's more like the names of it, where Giants, Packers, two big time like organizations, and I guess Miami, where their offense gets people to watch, I guess. But to start them both at 8:15 is kind of idiotic.
Mm-hmm. What I think they need to start doing is looking at all the games after week 6. And if you could just realign some of these games and change them up, because
I think that they flex them, but I don't know when they can start.
Okay,
I think they can start them already, but I don't know if they've done it yet. But they can start it already. So
so we're looking at like a lot of good games, like you said, the Eagles Cowboys. Last time the Eagles squeaked by the Cowboys. So Chiefs, Bills. The Bills beat the Chiefs last time, did they? Or the Chiefs? I don't remember.
The Chiefs got them, yeah.
The Chiefs got them. You're right. Yeah. Kind of crazy they're playing again.
Jaguars play the Browns. Just got some good games. We got the Colts and the
Bengals. I think the Browns are done, in my opinion. I don't think their quarterback is good enough. Any of those backup quarterbacks
don't look too bad though.
Joe Flacco's done, man. You're one hit away from getting what you want, Joe Flacco.
Yeah, but he didn't look too bad.
They got Paulo's Bears playing the Lions. Let's see, that might be a stinker.
It might be. They gave them competition last week, the week before that.
Yeah. Hey, listen, their defense has been decent the past few games. So
touchdown for Zappy. Zappy just threw a touchdown to Hunter Henry, 21-3.
21-3. Wow. Good job, New England.
3 weeks in a row, they haven't scored over 10 points. And right now, they are 21-3.
They said that's what they were looking for. They were tired. The past couple of weeks, Zappy has been coming off the bench to supplant Mac Jones. They gave him a whole week with the number ones. And Pittsburgh defense, that's ailing. They have a few players out. I forgot who it was, who they have out at the time. So like I said, we'll probably discuss more about these games, on Saturday, or tomorrow, depending on how things go. It's kind of tough. I want you guys to know it's kind of tough for us sometimes to go ahead and produce, a show with all 4 of us. We have families, we have things, errands we have to run. We have responsibilities. But we always try to come on the show and give you guys a hell of a show, and
definitely,
guys, So like I said, we're gonna end this today, D. I think we ended it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Pretty decent time. You know what I mean? It's I would have gone on more teams and stuff a lot more, but I think it's good. I think if we're gonna come up with another show on Saturday, I think we could probably go ahead and just focus heavy on football, and come up with our picks and stuff. Like I said, I think we had a great show today. As you can see, we got Endzone Sports Podcast on Twitter, on X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and which was the other one? Twitch,
but that one's kind of weird.
I
keep saying it. I'm gonna have to do a live stream.
Keep weird. Doing that. Hopefully, we'll have a live show on Saturday. If we do, we'll go ahead and make sure we post it. If you guys have any comments, anything you guys want us to talk about, feel free to let us know. You know what I mean? We're here to have fun. We're here to joke around and stuff. We're here to talk about everything we love about sports. And like I said, we thank you for the follows and all that. All right.
And hit the follow button, subscribe, and
shout out to myself.
519 road for 2K for Tyreek Hill. Let's get that shit, baby. Let's go.
Let's get that shit. Let's go.
Let's get it. And please don't start Tua no more. Stick with Dak. That's fine.
I'm sticking with the hot hand.
Yeah, stick with the hot hand. He's hot.
We'll see how it goes. I'm really looking forward to it.
Let's go Dak.
Going, fantasy is a hell of a drug.
Oh fuck! Fantasy. My player's doing trash right now. Fucking 0 points. Holy shit.
Yeah. I don't know.
Terrible. I hate this shit.
It's been a fun season, but I have to it's crazy because last season I had the worst record. This year I got the opportunity to have the number one.
Well, I'll be.
I was talking to Mike today, and I was talking to letting him know that I was able to break down me, the first, me, Phil, how we able to, what would be our seeding in the playoffs in our fantasy league. We have a 12-team fantasy league, non-PPR, on ESPN. And if there's a point where we have 7 teams, if it could end up being 7-7. We have 7 teams that could end up 7-7. Is that crazy? Because how are you going to break that down? I couldn't even break it down. I was looking at this guy beat the other guy beat the other guy. Shout outs to all the teams on a Brotherhood Fantasy League. So we're looking forward to it. Last week of the season.
I think it's the first year where it's everybody is stressed out. It's not one person that's saying, "Oh fuck it, I don't care." I already lost. Everyone, every single owner is to a point where they have a chance to make the playoffs, which is crazy.
Yeah,
and we've been doing this for it's about almost 20 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been
crazy how this has never happened.
Fun. Yeah. I'm looking for my 4th championship. I'm looking to go from worst to first. Let's see. Knock on wood.
What happens with first? That don't happen. That don't really go
that
far
never happened. I think that only happened one time.
Yeah.
That the best record ended up winning it all. But we'll see. Good luck to everybody. This weekend. And if anything, D, have a great day tomorrow.
You too.
If we don't see you Saturday and stuff that. You know what I mean?
Everyone enjoy.
Right, we'll plan something.
Enjoy.
Yes, and when basketball season, once football season's over, we'll focus a lot more on basketball. And I know a lot of people would love to.
Baseball going around the corner too.
Baseball.
College basketball.
Pickleball.
Pickleball hot. We just on my Facebook feed.
Pickleball.
Follow my town, and they just said that they just put 3 courts in the park.
Yeah.
My daughter plays tennis.
It's a lot of fun. I play
gotta
pickleball.
Try it out. I hear about it. I gotta try it out.
You gotta get in a little shape though, because a little bit moving around, but it's a lot of fun though.
Yeah, I gotta try it out.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Take it easy.
All right, man. You too, brother. Be good. Folks. Everyone, be good. Fins up. Let's go.
Fins up.